While you might see an empty room now, places like the Stafford Theatre in Bryan can get pretty crowded, making fire codes a little tighter.
The exits are very important. How many exits are in this occupancy? Do they have a fire suppression system, an alarm system, so we can get early notification to be able to respond?
But Jose Arredondo with the Stafford Theatre says they're all up to code with 5 exits, a fire alarm, and a $60,000 sprinkler system.
All of our staff is also pretty well trained on the fire exits, the fire procedure. Every person that we have, including interns, volunteers, bar staff, and even some of the musicians.
One of the many steps this theater takes is to coat the ceiling with this, which is a fire-retardant insulation foam, and it helps keep an old building like this safe from a fire.
An old building is actually extremely important that you have everything in fire up to code, because with old buildings, you have old materials, old wood.
The theater's allowed 400 people inside, so even with the precautions, there's still a danger. That's why the fire department says pyrotechnics should never be allowed.
Number one, we're talking about people are drinking. They're not as able to respond to situations as they need to be. And by increasing the smoke inside that occupancy, you can see how a tragedy can happen.
But even though the theater has done everything they can, Arredondo says they're taking a fresh look after the tragedy in Brazil.
Something could happen at any time, and whether you think it's far-fetched, whether you think it won't happen to your place, you never know. So it's a good time for, I guess, all of us that are in the nightlife or music industry to kind of go back to the basics.
In Bryan, Adam Hammonds, ABC 40 News.